You've installed Wireshark. Now let's go through some best practices and an action plan before you start capturing data. To keep you out of trouble, I've created some best practices. First, find out what your corporate policy is regarding capturing and analyzing network traffic and follow those policies. Those policies will probably detail what's appropriate and inappropriate use of the network. And the policy may require you to report inappropriate use if you detect it as part of doing your packet captures. There may be networks that are off limit. These are often the networks that are mission critical for the business. Not uncommon for it to discuss how to handle interpersonal traffic. You should try and understand any escalation procedures that you'll need to follow. And lastly, and we talked about this before, packet captures need to be securely saved, and your policy might actually articulate how and where those packet captures should be stored. Continuing with our best practices, make sure you have approval to sniff the network, right, to capture packet. And as part of that approval process, you should define why you're capturing those packets, what your plan is, what your role is, and what your expectation is for doing with those packet captures. You may think this is slightly overkill for listening onto the network, but this will really keep you out of trouble because you are seeing company data. And of course, once you've defined the purpose and the role, what it is you're going to do with the packet captures, then stay within those boundaries. It is very important before you do any Wireshark captures to make sure that your computer clock is set to an accurate time. This will ensure that the timestamps that are on your packet captures in Wireshark are accurate. If at a later stage you want to share that packet capture with somebody, they know when you did that packet capture. Also, if you want to merge multiple packet captures into one file, they will only merge correctly if you have the correct time set. I would recommend that you set your computer clock to sync with a network time server. As with any IT task, before you start capturing company data with Wireshark, you should write down a plan. It can be fairly simple, but you do need to articulate what your intentions are. Write down why you are sniffing the network traffic. What are your goals and objectives? Understand which parts of the network you can and cannot capture traffic on. Think through where you will store and secure your packet capture. If you are looking at performance, you must perform baseline measurements. What is normal traffic on your network? And I'm sure you've heard me say it multiple times, very loudly, get approval to sniff your company network before you actually run the Wireshark application. You have been watching Getting Started with Wireshark. You have installed Wireshark, you understand the different ways you can use Wireshark, and you know the security and privacy concerns with using a tool like Wireshark, and you are now ready to dive in and start doing packet captures. Thank you for listening.